YOOLO Nation and mining family, what's going on? What up, what up, what up? All you happy hashers out there, as you're sliding on in, don't forget to smash that lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Yo! I see we got Jason the Tiger Osborne in here dropping the FAs nice and clutch. We got Automatic Beats up in the house. Yo! What's up? What's going on? What's going on? All you awesome peoples out there. We got some good stuff going on, as the title says. Our boy, Serpent X Tech. If you guys haven't checked out his YouTube channel, go ahead and check it out. Open it up a new link. Subscribe over there. Yo, give him some love. If you guys know who he is, then you might have even seen the equipment at some point in time. Ooh. Some equipment we got in, so yo. It's like FA can listen at the moment, getting a new phone, then dinner. Rock and roll, Bedell, rock and roll, Bedell. So as we start roll, as we're waiting for all of you awesome hashers to start rolling on in, let's go ahead and dive into some of the stuff for today. Yo. Of course, the market's doing what the market does best, you know. Kind of been sitting or in that $40,000 range. We've been sitting there playing in here in this range, which has been quite pretty good for crypto mining, at least in the short term. With these little mini pumps, you know, it's allowing you to actually take on some profitability with your GPU mining, or maybe you guys are also ASIC mining or FPGA mining, depending on what kind of gear you might have. It's given us like little opportunities to take some profits into Bitcoin, or maybe you're sitting here paying some bills with it. It means that you spent less of your Satoshis to pay the bills. That's always a good thing too, right? So it's like Bedell S24 Ultra is a complete 4x3070 Ti frame Mobo plug and play worth $1,500. I mean, I think so. I mean, what's the 3070 Ti going for? I mean, eBay has them for like $380 a piece. About $380. You're about $450 new. So, I mean, you're getting by, times 4, so you're $1,200 just in, we'll figure, $300 a pop on the GPUs. You're at least, $1,200 right there off the top. So I'd say buy it. Yeah, exactly. Automatic Beats. He's like, I'd buy it. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. $1,500, man. I'd probably take it. I would probably take it. I mean, just for seeing the pricing on the GPUs, right? And you're building for the next bull run anyways, so it'll add to the hashes. It's all about those every little hash, especially when we have a market that is primed like a powder keg, basically, to go off. Automatic Beats, and then flip that bish in like 12 months. Yeah, boy. Yeah. I like that idea. Love it. Especially with the market where it's at. Let Bitcoin hit $75,000 per coin, and we're going to be in a mining boom. You'll be able to like triple the amount of money you're getting, you paid for that rig, and buy brand new hardware. Bam. And you buy it, you sell it in the bull run, and then you wait for the bear market, and you start accumulating more hardware again. Tis the way. If you know, you know. But it's like everything has kind of been pulling back in the red since Bitcoin kind of rolled over off of its little mini run that it was doing there for a minute. This is very good for all of us. It's like if you're trying to pay bills with it, not so good. But if you're trying to accumulate hardware or accumulate some cheap sats, this is the way to go. Because as the market drops on these mineable coins, a lot of people start turning off their rigs, as we all know this, especially for you OGs in there. What up, Crypto Craig? What's up, my dude? What's up? So everybody's sitting here chilling out and stuff. Definitely smash that Lizzie like button. There's awesome people in here, not enough likes. I'm just saying. But I mean, it's like as we're sitting there seeing these markets kind of trade out the way they are, it's going to shake out the weak lettuce hands out of the market, guys. Good thing for us, because then we could sit there and pick up this hardware for cheap. And that's what it's all about. Whenever the market trades out sideways, you can usually pick up a deal or two. Considering that NVIDIA and AMD are no longer looking at the mining area as a viable way to making money, so they're now focusing in on AI development, which is going to be even nicer for us because the AI development's going to bring in a lot of neat tech that'll come into the GPU market eventually. And potentially, we'll see some more upticks in performance, just in software alone, being able to utilize the hardware more effectively. And then, of course, my favorite thing I love to look at, it's favorite and then it's depressing at the same time. If you guys ain't ever checked it out, it is the usdebtclock.org. It's free. It's 100% free to go check it out. And you can see how badly our government is just blowing the budget and screwing the American people over altogether. We're over $34 trillion in debt. I mean, that's a lot of zeros. Now every person in the United States, if you're breathing and have a pulse, you now owe over $101,000 to the U.S. government. If you were a taxpayer, your new tax burden, if you wanted to get the debt off the record, all the way done, right? Every tax-paying person in the United States would have to pay over $264,000, and the government would just start overspending from that point forward. It's like a redo on everything for them. They're like, oh look, all these people are stupid. As now they're trying to, it's like I wonder how much debt it's going to be if Biden starts a civil war. I mean, the whole Texas thing. It's like, go Texas. That's all I can say. Have I considered putting any of my 3090s on AI compute? I've tossed around the idea. I'm just not, I don't know anybody who does it and to know if it's actually worth the payout. I mean, if it doesn't pay out, there's no way I'm doing it, of course. I mean, but if I can get a good enough of a yielding return, I'd probably consider it. I mean, I have enough compute going on, in my room. But anything from 3080 Ti's and up are all viable for AI development. It's just that my 3090s would be the prime, the premium candidates for that. Completely premium. But I mean, it's like if you guys have never seen the usdebtclock.org, it's an interesting bit of metrics that you could sit there and kind of look at. Know that, like, when they sit there and say the, unfunded debt and interest savings per family, it has a little category here is $11,000 basically. That's kind of disingenuous because of the fact that they're putting in the top 1% earners in with the bottom 1%. And because there are people who have, a few $1 million in their bank account, in their savings, it really kind of skews the numbers over. I get it; they're trying to, give an average, but when you take the top earners and it makes it look like even the poorest people should have at least $5,000, and that's really kind of disingenuous. Most people that I know, they're lucky if they have $2,000 in their bank account right now. And that's their checkings. There's nothing in their savings. Let's just be real. What up, Nick? What up, what up? So, I mean, some of this stuff here, it's going to be interesting on how the U.S. debt plus the in-house fighting with Texas, with them trying to stop illegal migration in the United States, which is illegal. There are laws on the books against it, and not sure why that nobody, the federal government doesn't want to uphold it, other than they want to do what they did to California, New York, and Chicago, which is including the illegal migrants into the census, which will give them more electoral votes. Yeah. Uh, that's the only thing I can think of that they're looking to do, and that's an undermining of the United States and the Constitution, which should be classified as, I think, treason or something like that. I could be wrong, but that's a whole political talk over on that, in that direction, unfortunately. And it's like I know enough, and it's not too many people like to listen to a rant on politics, particularly. We're here for crypto, right? Like, I think the Vast a 3090 is getting around 22 to 30 cents per hour. I also think the payout gives you 25% to Vast as an example. That's actually not too bad, putting it into that context. Let me just pull out Ms. Your calculator. So let's say 25 cents an hour. So that'd be about $6 a day. I think that's just for one. So that's $6. I believe it's around 65 cents. So it'd be like $5.35 a day. That's actually not too bad. So I can't use it in my current configuration because everything I have is on risers. I would actually have to swap over to a specific server boards that have the PCIe by 8 lanes in there to do that. So yeah, I mean, I'd be able to do it in my cases that I have, but I can't do it with the motherboards that I have, because everything I have is is mostly normal mining boards, and so like, for example, my 3090s are sitting in an Octominer case, and the Octominer case, all the ports, even though they're full size ports that the motherboard that the cards are sitting in, they're still by one adapted into it. So yeah, I'd have to change over everything. I have cases for it. That's not the problem. It's just that I don't have the infrastructure for that. Oh, the buy 6 by 16 lanes. Oh my God, that's even more of a special board if I want to run a bunch of them. Those boards are expensive. Those boards are really expensive with the CPUs. Especially if I'm gonna, like, if I'm doing it, I'm doing epic. I'm going epic route. Yeah, most will do one or two, but I do know an epic board that has, I want to say that it's got a full 16 lanes on it. And out of the 16 lanes, 8 of them can be utilized in a by 8 or by 16 configuration. If you load them all up, they're by 8. Something like that. It's been a while since I've looked at it. It's probably during the last summer when I looked at these boards because of the proof of useful work. I have never tried it. Yeah, neither have I. I've looked into it. But if you're basically setting up a full server, that gets expensive. Especially if you want to be able to put more than 2 GPUs into it, you want to be able to put 8. Your price point of entry is going to be right around that $8,000 to $9,000 range, and then you can put in as many GPUs as you want. Well, up to 8. And they're pretty wild. They really are pretty wild of motherboards. I think they're even dual epic CPU slots. Yo, the Locotech LTC miner. I don't think they are legit. No, Nick. They are not legit. There are legit people who have been suckered into thinking it's legit. They were supposed to have a hash blade out 2 years ago. Their company is, if you look up the address of what they've registered their business as, it's the Kazakhstan Embassy in Norway. That just screams, hey, I'm fraudulent. And nobody has caught on. And whenever I called them out on it, their CEO's first words to me on Twitter is, doesn't everybody else do that? He knows it's a scam. He absolutely knows it's a scam. The guys over at Locotech know that it's a scam. There are no developers part of the company. No developers. Who's making these for them? There is no word of anyone sitting there and saying they have these chips. I'm just saying. I called them out publicly. And he tried to just brush it off as, oh, this is normal business. Everyone does this. Oh, come on. It's yeah, you just basically told me everything I need to know about you being a scam. There are people out there that have dropped money with them and now are waiting for equipment that will never come. The only things that they update on their website is to push the date back of when they're supposedly releasing this fraudulent device that will never produce, because you can only pull 75 watts off of there's going to be no external power. It's going to slot into a PCIe lane. That's 75 watts. The amount of power that it's going to be needed to push the chip density in order to have the hash rate that they claim is going to take more than 75 magical watts. Sorry. There are just too many red flags right off the bat. Exactly, Crypto Crag. Exactly. The guys, bunch of them went and did some like private little meeting with the guys with Locotech. Showed them a device that was hashing. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, I can sit there and take a chip from anything and show you hash rate. They probably were taking Antminer chips and powering it up through their own software. And then through their software is going to make it look like it's hashing more. I'd like to see it on pool side. What does the pool actually say that it's submitting hash rate workload-wise? I'll bet you it's not going to be anywhere near where their software is saying. There's just a bunch of red flags with Locotech. Yeah, I wouldn't trust them. Please, people, don't give them your money. There are people who have given them their money 2 years ago and have never received a product. They're going to be 2 years too late to try to get a refund. They're done. They basically are getting illegal crowdfunding. Let them. You know, they're basically promoting scams. And a lot of these people also like poop coins too. Sorry. I don't believe in any of these poop coins. It's Bitcoin or nothing. Yes, I do mine other things other than Bitcoin, but I get rid of that stuff into Bitcoin. I'm looking for the easiest route for me to stack sats and hodl. I'm not going to, there is no way that Locotech is going to get me to believe that hardware-wise that this is legit. There is no way that they're doing this. And if they don't want to sit there and these other YouTubers don't want to question the idea that how come your company is being ran out of the Kazakhstan embassy? Don't want to ask those tougher questions to these people. Why do you think they were allowed to go behind the scenes with Locotech? Because Locotech already knew that they would get the least amount of resistance from them. You don't see them sitting there going, Crypto and Hot Rods, he's going to ask the tough questions. He wants answers. Let's invite him. No, you ain't going to see that. You're going to see them going after YouTubers that are going to pitch them softballs that they can hit out of the park. Real easy, you know? Take it easy, Badoo. Have a good night. Enjoy dinner. Have fun. Don't spend too much money. Crypto Craig, dumb beef facts. Crypto and Hot Rods with the hard questions. Heck yeah. I mean, it's like they're not going to want to have somebody that's going to grill them. They want somebody that's going to highlight them in a more positive light, because it's been 2 years and no product. It's been 2 years and they're still saying that they're running out of the Kazakhstan embassy. These be facts. So, hey, you never know. I might go down and mining disrupt this year. I'm going to see if I can get some time off for mining disrupt, and I'm thinking I'm going to go. And then I'll be able to walk around and go to these booths with my camera, ask these pricks the hard questions face to face. Be like, come get some. Someone has to keep them honest. You know it. Oh yeah, the MC proof of work crap. Oh yeah, that's a money grab. I was telling everybody that at that point, I'm like, that's a money grab. Money grab. They're not producing anything. Crypto Crag, I'm planning on being there. Yo, nice. If I can get the time off from work, I will be there. Like rug Ponzi, you know it. I think I lean more towards what Crypto Crag. I think it's more of a Ponzi. Well, we've been going at it for chit chatting for a little bit. Let's get in to today's big part of the video. What the hell did Serpent X send me? And what the hell is this fog hashing thing? Let's check it out, guys. You guys want to check it out? FA in the Chizity chat if you want to check it out. We need all the FAs in the Chizity chat, guys. Everyone, last one of you awesome people, drop those FAs in the Chizity chat. Crypto Crag, fog hashing shit is good stuff. Yo, you know it. You absolutely know it. I know it. I've been wanting to get one of these. I've been chomping at the bit, and then Serpent gave me a deal I couldn't refuse. So let's go ahead and dig into this thing. Oh, check this out. Oh, we have an empty table here. So I got it all over here, sitting in a pile. Ooh! Oh, damn. We got a big box. Holy crap here. I think it's such a big box. I think I gotta angle the camera up. Damn. I'll just say this. I don't know how Serpent X got the thank you, Cammy. She's like, I want to help. I've been dying to see what's in the box, but I don't know how Crypto Crag, get out of here. How Serpent X got this through the mail with duct tape on here. I put duct tape on a package once, and my local post office told me no. Will you stop? So, let's see what's in this one. It says Immersion Cooling Kit C1 Dry Cooler. A dry cooler. I thought they're wet coolers, but, this one's dry. Cat, she really wants to help. It's like, Dad, I want to help. Dang. Big old foam. That's a lot of foam in here. Yo. Wow. Heave ho. Oh, God. This thing. Oh, my God. Holy cow. That's a pretty big cooler on here. Oh, this is what he was talking about. He got this adapter in here. Oh, it's got the older style plug. I forget the style of plug this is. This is a man, I forget this. But yeah, that's pretty cool that he's got the little adapter for the 3-way prong on here. So this is a 220 volt fan. 180 watt fan. So this fan is 180 watts running on 220. So this thing is commercial rate. These things got pulled out wet, so Serpent put little plugs in here so that the radiator couldn't leak out anywhere, which is awesome. So it seemed to work. The fin density on this thing, it's pretty decent. We got some good fin stacks on here, so the heat load on this thing is like got to be pretty decent. Fan's got its own enclosure, so you're not losing any airflow on the fans itself. The fan density. So the fins. Whenever I say fan density, the fan itself, the density of the actual radiator fan blades themselves. Let me see if I can bring this over and show this. So as you can see in here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fan blades. The more overlap of the fan blades over the other one behind it, the more static pressure these fans can produce. This thing's got a capability of being lag bolted down, obviously. I'm curious to know which direction this thing blows. I'm going to take an idea that there's an arrow on here, a little red arrow on the top, and it's pointed at me. So I'm going to think that the airflow is being pulled in and blown out the back. So this is a puller fan. Let's see here. Aluminum fin oil cooler. Rated pressure at 2 MPa. Design pressure 2 MPa. Made by Fog Hashing Direct. So nice. It's got, it definitely comes with it. So if you hadn't already had the 220 like a dryer vent plug, that's basically what this is. But my man Serpent bought the adapter so that it turns it into a C13 plug, which is more standard for all of us home miners. We know C13 plugs, don't we, guys? FA in the chat. Let me go ahead and move this bad boy off to the side here. What's nice about this is I'll be able to probably put this into my garage. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because like at some point in time, I want to put power in my garage. And if I do that, then bam, I'll have another thing of 220, and I'll be able to put that all out there. Move that out of my way here, and then the heavy one. Oh my God. Oh yeah. This is the heavy box, guys. I'll tell you that right now. This here is the heavy box. Tammy still thinks she wants to help. Oh, I have to say, fog hatching, you're doing I love the foam packing on this thing. I love the foam packing. Oh, we have immersion oil over everything. Oh, this thing kind of spilled a little bit, it looks like. It made a small mess. It's all good, though. So here's the top of the lid. I have some parts here. O-rings, some screws. extra cable. This is probably the cable to plug in the unit in the oil. Because anything that touches the oil might get ruined, guys. Here are my hoses to go in between the pumps here and the radiator. This was the original pump, but the pump's broken. But as long as you can retro in a new back end on here, you can rebuild this thing, no problem, and still utilize the original pump if you wanted. But I'm probably not. I'm going to leave it the way that it is. My man got another pump, brand new, hasn't been used. Awesome, awesome. Here is the Ethernet cord. Like I was saying, see how this thing is like really rigid for an Ethernet cord? It's because it's touched mineral oil, or not mineral oil. It's the engineering fluid, and it kind of does weird stuff to cables and stuff. So note to yourself that if you go down this route of going and getting a style like this, that it's going to anything you're putting in the fluid might not come back the same. So let me go ahead and pull this out of the box here. So this is more of an unboxing, guys, than a full review. So I'm not doing no review on this. We're just kind of going through and checking stuff out. So everything is kind of wet on this. There we go. There we go. I can pull the side panels off because I knew my Serpent had these off already. So, bam. Here is the look into this. This is fog hashing. Well, I got the covers off. And the covers are like covered in the engineering fluid. So I'm going to have to like wipe all the stuff down. I mean, I get it. You can only clean this stuff out so well. And if this thing got tipped on its side, whatever residual that was in here also got tipped out. The corner of the box is a little wet, so I could tell it did get dripped out. I mean, my hands are covered in engineering fluid right now. I'll probably have to wipe this stuff down before I do anything with it. And wash my hands, because my hands are like slippery now. Hold on, guys. All right. Now my hands aren't so slippery. Yay! All right, sweet. Oh yeah, we got like drippy stuff in there. Yeah, definitely got some. Got some flow stuff and got some oil in here, so I'd like to wipe all this stuff down, get it to work right, make sure it all powers up, all that good stuff. Sure it does. Doesn't look like anything really got damaged in shipping, so that's always a good thing. And then from here, I'll be able to do a full-on review of what I have here, what our boy Serpent sent me. For the most part, I'm thoroughly impressed with what I see. I'm curious. Let's see here. Do I have one of the big ASICs out? Or did I put them all back in the box? Let's see. Did I put them all back in the boxes? I think I did. Ugh. Ugh. Here we go. Pulling out one of the big ASICs. Sorry, guys. Had to pull out one of the big boys. Yeah. So what I'm pulling out right now is one of my What's Miner M30 Plus Pluses. Welcome to Bitcoin mining, my friends. So bam. This is a What's Miner M30 Plus Plus. This thing has some weight to it. To fit this way. No. Oh, it has to fit this way. Hmm. Interesting. So these things have to be ran without the fans on? Wow. That's a lot of fluid it's got to go in here. Wow. There's a bunch of holes in the bottom of this, so I'm assuming that that's all the feed coming up into this thing. Yeah. That has to be the feed. So I've got to run this without any fans on it. It's the only way that that thing's going to be low enough in there to work. Which means I need to update firmware on it, and I'll be able to run one of these. I was kind of hoping this thing was actually big enough to put two in here. So that means it'll fit two S9s in here without an issue, which is fine. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I see no problems with it. It's okay. It's okay. So, perfect. All right. So, I got to now figure out where I'm going to run this and all that good stuff. Like I said, I think I want to do this in my garage. But there will be more videos coming up, guys. Let me go ahead and put these side panels back on here. Cammy, your tail. Thank you. Bam. I do like how it looks overall. Overall, it's pretty sleek. I like it. Good purchase. Now I have to see how it works with one of these bad boys in the fluid. Ugh. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. Like Kitty wants to help. Oh, it's like my wife's got a dry cooler. Crypto Crag. Wow, that's sweet. That thing's gonna go in El Dorado as well. Nice. Do you need a fan spoofer for the M30 as well? I have to see. I have to do a little research on that aspect. Like I think there's, if I update the firmware, I'll get back to you on this as soon as I figure it out. But I think there's updated firmware that's got an immersion mode on there, and I think as soon as you have the immersion mode on it, that you can just dunk them with no fans on. But I have to do a little research on it and go from there. I mean, I know for Antminer, you'll need a fan spoofer for sure. But for the Woods miners, I thought there was immersion mining mode for it. But like I said, I'll let you know. I will let you know. Does anybody got any other questions for me? Anybody got any other questions? Any questions at all? But yeah, like I was saying earlier, if I can get time off from work, I'll be at Mining Disrupt this year. I would love to do that. So that's something in the cards. How is the GPU server at work? Oh man, it's doing great. It's doing fan freaking tastic. Uh, Running in Windows. It's got three 1080 Ti's and one 1070. And they are running flawlessly at work right now. Temperatures are beautimous. Absolutely beautimous. They're let's see here. See, let me double check because it's at work, and I didn't go to work today. They're closed, and nobody went to work today. Let's see here. I mean, a good sign is it still hashing? Can I see it in poolside? Right. Work rig is still up and flawlessing. It submitted a share less than a minute ago. I do have my 1660 Ti does get unhappy ever so often about mining right now. It's been off for so long that some of these other newer algorithms have been, like, I've had it stable for a few days, but every so often it does like to just turn up. And I don't know if it's the motherboard that it's sitting on issue or what. go ahead and just go ahead and reboot this thing. And I'm going to turn the core clock down just a little bit more. Just doesn't like the core clock to be up too high. Like, what am I mining these days? Been kind of bouncing around realistically, to just be honest. A lot of spec mining. I've done Carlson hash, you know, the fork of Caspa, Alphium, you know, whatever happens to be profitable at that particular day, or stays into the top 5 at least for a week. Hypera, no, I'm trying to stay away from like complete like spec mining on questionable exchanges too. If it's only being offered on one exchange, and I think of it as a little bit on the sketchy side, I'll stay away from it a little bit until it becomes until it gets onto more of a well-known exchange, like, you know, Trade Ogre or something like that. You know, at least that's something that I've used over the years, as Trade Ogre. It's like Trade Ogre is at least a little bit more trusted than non KYC or Zeg, or whatever that weird exchange is. That also CPU coins. I put my stuff up, my CPUs onto Monero Ocean, and they will mine whatever's the most profitable for a CPU and pay me out in Monero. So that's pretty much what I do. But I primarily go after Monero for CPU mining. It's just a very, very good way of doing things. But, you know, I've done a little Pyrin, Alphium, Carlson, Radiant, Ergo, Nyaxa, Nexa, Beam. I didn't do any of the AI power grid while that was profitable, but again, it was being offered on an exchange that exchanges I don't use, so I don't mine it. But I mean, that's pretty much a lot of what I've been mining as of lately. Outside of, I do have my mini doges running, so Litecoin and Dogecoin. And if GPU mining becomes unprofitable, then I'm turning off all the GPUs and I'm firing up all my ASICs again. Because if I'm going to lose money, I might as well lose money mining Bitcoin. Yep, Radiant does have a halving coming up. We'll see how they fare their halving. Will that disincentivize the community to continue to mine on there? Especially if there's not a lot of traction with the project. That's always like a dual-edged sword, right? You know, it's like, is the project you're mining, is it even worth mining? You know, it's like even with my 3090s here, 3090s, I can make 33 cents a day after electric on Alphium, or 29 cents a day on Carlson hash. So yeah, there's that. It's like a 3090 that I spent $1,500 plus is now making 30 cents a day. It's pulling in a revenue of 75 cents. So, you know, it's like around 50 cents of it is electricity. It's like, oh my God, this is why you want to make sure that you have the most efficient hardware out there. And believe it or not, being able to do immersion helps with the efficiencies. Why? Because I can turn my fans off and I can run more wattage through there and get the peak performance out of the equipment that's in there, and it should do fairly well. I would like to do some experimentation on it. Get some GPUs and dunk them in there, and yeah, I kind of want to get a little crazy with it. So wow, my OBS decided to disconnect for a second. Hilarious. But now it's saying I got an excellent connection. It's awesome. Okay. No drop frames, so whatever. So, does anybody else have any other comments or questions before I sign on out of here, guys? And don't forget to smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. I might as well sign out before OBS decides to completely shut down on me. No, I think it's running fine now. That was just a weird little glitch it did. Oh, now I'm dropping some frames. Yeah, I think I should sign off before I start losing it again. I think I'm about to start losing connectivity with you guys. So with that being said, I'm like watching my drop frames go up and my output's like having an issue. And I can see it stuttering now. So with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. All that good stuff. Thank you for showing the love. Share this out on your favorite social media. All that good stuff. Drop those FAs in the Chisley chat because you guys are rated F for freaking awesome. Yo, all that good stuff, guys. Thank you all for being here. Expect more videos, guys. Expect more videos. We're going to do some content with this amazing unit from Fog Hashing. I'm hoping that this thing performs as intended. This way I can give, you know, Fog Hashing all the good love that I'm sure that they do deserve. It does look like a quality unit. I do know that this unit that came from Serpent was an early model, so there are some things that are wrong on here that they have already addressed on future models. So I've also got to put in that disclaimer into my own review. I have to remember to put that into my own review on this. So check it all out whenever I'm dropping the next few videos. It's going to be on this Fog Hash. And with that being said, peace out. Stay savage. May your watts be low, your hash be high. I'll see you on the next one. Yo!